And in the last few years, with very low interest rates out there, it's been difficult to find opportunities for having a long-term compound interest-based strategy. So beyond investing in Berkshire, value investing, or index funding, where would you invite us to find opportunities for long-term investment where compound interest is really that force?
Well, my advice for a seeker of compound interest that works ideally is to reduce your expectations, because I think it's going to be tougher for a while. And it helps to have realistic expectations, makes you less crazy. And, they say that common stocks, from the aftermath of the Great Depression, which was the worst in the English-speaking world in hundreds of years, to the present time, maybe an index has produced 10%, but that's pre-inflation. After inflation, maybe 7% or something. And the difference between 7 and 10 in terms of its consequences are just hugely dramatic over that long period of time. And if that 7 in real terms that may have been achieved starting in a perfect period through the greatest boom in history, starting now, it could well be 3% or 2% in real terms. I mean, it's not unthinkable you'd have 5% returns and 3% inflation or some ghastly consequences like that. And so the ideal way to cope with that is to say if that happens, I can have a happy life. Because why shouldn't you be happy in spite of the fact that the civilization wasn't quite as easy as it was for my generation? And now beyond that, when it gets more difficult, how should you do it? Well, the answer is because it's going to be very difficult, you should work at it. And if all that gets you is 6% for a lifetime of work instead of 5%, you should be cheerful about it. If you want to hit it out of the park easily, you should talk to Jim Cramer.
Investing used to be like rolling a snowball downhill, fast and easy. But now, it's more like pushing a rock uphill. Charlie Munger says we gotta ditch the dream of huge growth and maybe expect smaller gains, like 2% instead of 10%. Don't panic. Adjust your expectations and find happiness outside of money. Work hard, celebrate those tiny wins, and remember, slow and steady still wins the race. If you're looking for quick riches, call someone else, Munger suggests Jim Cramer. The bottom line? Be real, be happy, and enjoy the journey, even if it's not as fast as it used to be.